So of course you don't know how you're going to lose 20 pounds because you have so much combating information coming at you, you don't even know where to start. And that's what we're talking about today. How do you get started?
So be the change. And if you don't want to be the change, you're not ready to be the change, then stop complaining.
Okay, hi, hello. Welcome to Be the Change or Stop Complaining, a health podcast. I am your host, Allie Banks. I would do a whole intro, but why? I'm sure you'll get to know me as the podcast continues, but I'll give you a quick little rundown real quick. So my name is Allie. Hello. Born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Went to college in New Orleans. It certainly was a time to be alive. Went to Tulane University. Currently live in Washington State with my boyfriend. He's in the Army, so we are not in Washington State by choice. No offense to anyone who likes Washington. I just think it's a little too cold for my taste. I am a certified personal trainer. I am a certified nutrition coach. I have a very small amount of experience with the military, which eventually I'll go into detail about. But it is one of the reasons I became so passionate about fitness. And it is almost entirely, with the exception of one other thing, the reason why I have the mindset that I do, which is be the change or stop complaining. So, hello, hi, Allie is my name. Welcome. And without further unnecessary bullshit, let's just jump right in. So a lot of clients, when I first meet them or get talking with them, they have a lot of really big ideas about what they want to achieve. And they'll say things like, I want to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, okay, yeah, lose 20 pounds. That is an awesome goal. I'm so down. Let's do it. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? And sometimes I have an answer. Oh, I just went to the doctor and they said I need to, get my health under control. Or I'm getting married in, 6 months, 5 months. I want to look good in my wedding dress. They'll have a solid why. But for the most part, people don't have a solid why. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm fat. Because I want to be hot. They don't really know why. All they know is they want to lose 20 pounds for one reason or another. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So how many months do you see yourself working towards this goal? How long are we doing this? The ones that have a solid why, they say, oh, well, I'm getting married in 6 months, so 6 months. Or my doctor said I'm going to die, so as soon as fucking possible, let's do this. And then other people are just, I don't know. All I know is I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay, so how are you going to do it? No one has an answer for this one. No one knows how they're going to do it. And I don't blame you because there's so much contradicting information on the internet. There's so much bullshit on the internet. Because unfortunately, as ugly as it is, no one's posting up that information. Okay, I shouldn't say no one, but for the most part, the information that you see on the internet is self-serving information. It's not to help you. It's to get you to think that this person knows what they're talking about and hire that person or give them money or whatever. So it's very difficult to find the truths hidden in the sales pitches on the internet. So of course you don't know how you're going to lose 20 pounds because you have so much combating information coming at you, you don't even know where to start. And that's what we're talking about today. How do you get started? So here is a little blurb from my handy dandy personal trainer study book. I haven't touched the thing since I got my certification, but this is one thing that I do remember from that book. So it's called the SMART goal. They taught us about SMART goals. And there's a couple of variations of the acronym. Oh, SMART is an acronym. There's a couple variations of the acronym depending on who you're talking to. Therapists use it, life coaches use it, personal trainers use it. So depending on who you're talking to, you'll get a different, word or whatever, but they all mean the same shit. It's a way to develop a goal that is structured and fully formed. A very tangible, articulated goal. So SMART It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Okay, so let's keep going with the I want to lose 20 pounds goal, yeah? So our specific for that goal would be lose 20 pounds. Easy enough. Measurable. You can measure that goal on a scale, so that's dope. That's how you measure it. It is a measurable goal. Attainable. Is it possible to lose 20 pounds? Duh. Attainable it's kind of a stupid component to the SMART goal, just because you can attain anything, in my opinion. I guess attainable might be relevant if you're talking about like flying or finding someone to love. Kidding. Relevant. So this is a tough one, and this is the one that most people are going to fuck up on. Relevant in this context is basically your why. So what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast, why do you want to lose 20 pounds? So in other words, it's your motivation. And if you don't have a solid answer to why do you want to blank, you are not going to achieve blank. If you're trying to accomplish something difficult, you have to give enormous shits about that goal. Listen on how to give enormous shits. So, okay, and then last, you have time bound. So you need to assign a time frame that you plan on achieving that goal. Like the lady who's gonna, lose 20 pounds in 6 months for her wedding, right? Losing 20 pounds takes a lot of time. And that's why, again, you need a very good why. You need a very good reason behind why you want to lose 20 pounds. All right, so now you have your SMART goal, but now you need a plan. So this is the second step in the how do I get started? You develop your SMART goal, and then you develop a plan to achieve said SMART goal. But how do you make a plan to actually achieve the amazing, fully formed SMART goal that you just worked so hard to develop? I'll tell you, you start by having a great amount of self-awareness. You haven't stepped foot in a gym either ever or in the last 5 to 15 years, certainly not last year in 2020, which we don't have to talk about it, but you know what I'm saying. Now you're telling me you're going to start going to the gym 5 days a week for an hour a day? You hate running. You hate running, and you hate waking up early. But you're telling me you're going to start getting up at 5 a.m. every day and go on a mile run? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to do that for a couple days, maybe. And then you're going to start finding excuses and rationalizing why it's okay if you don't go to the gym today, why it's okay to hit snooze, why it's okay to give up. Self-awareness is crucial if you want to succeed. You have to be realistic. And you have to be very cautious not to make your goal feel like an obligation. Remember in school, what grade was that? Whatever the fuck grade it was where the teacher made you keep a reading log. Like you had to write down how many minutes you read whatever book a day. Did anyone like reading because of that fucking reading log? No. Dude, I loved reading until some dumbass teacher told me I had to. Don't make a plan that's gonna make your life fucking miserable. So if you're someone who hasn't been to the gym in a minute, but you really like your dog, start taking your dog on walks down the street. Then start taking your dog on walks around the neighborhood. Then start taking your dog on hiking trails. Or if you're someone who hates waking up early, get up at 5 a.m. once a week. And then maybe the following week, get up twice a week. And then maybe the week after that, get up at 5 3 times a week. Or get up at 5 a.m. none times a week. Don't do it. Make time later in the day. Do you want to lose 20 pounds? And another thing, it's okay to change your plan. I have sticky notes for each day of the week, and they all have a theme for what I need to work on that day. I literally have a day that is dedicated to all of the bullshit adult tasks that I have to get done. Because otherwise, I'll tell myself I need to work on training programs today. Today is training program building day. And I find myself sitting down at my desk at 4 p.m. because I had to go pay for my car registration, and I had to get groceries, and I had to hit up UPS to return some shit to Amazon, or I got stuck on the phone with a distant relative for 2 hours. So no, Thursdays are no longer program building day. They're adult shit day. My boyfriend works 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. The weekend is the only time that I get to spend with him. Saturdays are no longer create content days. Saturdays are hang out with my boyfriend day. You see what I'm getting at? You can change and adjust your plan any which way you want as long as there's a method. Your plan should also be pretty detailed. So if we're talking about health goals, which we are, there's a couple things you need to include besides when you are going to exercise. Your plan should include when you're going to exercise, but also what you're going to exercise and how, as in specific muscle groups or total body. Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to lift weights? Are you going to join a group fitness class, a dance class? Do you like HIIT? Do you like boxing? Do you like running? There's so many ways to exercise. So you got to pick one that you like. They all work, by the way. They work at different paces, but they all work. So choose one that you enjoy. So again, it doesn't become an obligation, right? Your plan should also include when you're going to take progress pictures, if that's a way that you like to measure progress. It should include when, like what day of the week or what time of the month you're going to track your biometrics, which is just a super annoying fancy word for body weight and body fat, stuff like that. If that's how you like to measure your progress. And a nutrition program too. You need to have a nutrition program to go along with your plan. You are very funny if you think that you can keep eating whatever you want and still see progress. Big shocker incoming. There are a ton of theories on which diet is the best diet. Big shocker number 2 incoming. They all work. They all work. They all work for different people. All of them are right, but none of them are the right one. Kind of like religion. So with nutrition, you're going to have to play around with that one. But for someone that is just getting started and you have no idea what you're doing, do this. Okay, tangible thing that you can do right now while you're listening to this podcast, you can do this. Go on this website, tdeecalculator.net. T as in tomato, D as in Donald Trump, E as in exercise, E as in exercise, .net, TDEE calculator.net. This is a free calorie calculator that will tell you how many calories you need to eat each day. So you fill out your information, you hit enter, there'll be a big ass number at the top left of the page, and under it, it'll say calories per page. Calories per day. That number is how many calories you should eat to stay exactly where you are. Now, if you want to lose weight, you take that number, you subtract 300 if you're a female, you subtract 500 if you're a male. If you want to build muscle, you take that big ass number at the top left, you add 300 if you're a female, you add 500 if you're a male. So that, in the simplest of terms, which in this podcast I will try my very best to do, that is what you call a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus. When you want to lose weight, you go into a caloric deficit. When you want to gain weight, you go into a caloric surplus. And I know all the women just freaked out when I said gain weight. When you are in a caloric surplus and you're eating healthy and you're eating clean, you're going to be gaining the good weight, not the bad weight. And there's a lot that goes into macros and, what exactly to eat for specific goals, which don't worry, we'll dive right into that in another episode. But you shouldn't be afraid of a surplus. A surplus is good for muscle building. If you want the big booty and the big lower body for, that's like kind of the trend right now for women. If that's what you want, you need to be eating at a surplus. And you need to be ideally lifting heavy weight, but I'm getting off track. For men, if you want to bulk up your upper body, you want the big biceps, you want the big triceps, you want big pecs, big lats, all of that, you need to be eating in a caloric surplus. And if you're trying to lose weight, again, caloric deficit, okay? So that's that. So now that you know how many calories to eat, download this app, it's called MyFitnessPal, and start logging your food in the app to track your calories. My, like my, not yours, my, fitness, like fitness, pal, like a buddy, pal, MyFitnessPal. So you just, you can take a picture of the barcode of your food on the app, and it'll tell you exactly how many calories and, macros are in that food. Or if your food is not in a bag, you can literally just search the name of the food, and there will be a bajillion options for you. Every single food in the entire world is in this database. So you will have no trouble. It's very easy to use. And pretty quickly, you'll start being able to kind of guesstimate how many calories are in the foods that you're eating, and you won't have to track, but it's a great starting point. I wish I could lay out like a one-size-fits-all program for anyone listening right now, but that's almost exactly impossible. Not an attainable goal, if you will. But the longer this podcast goes, the more information you'll have, and eventually you'll be able to form your very own perfect plan. All right, so let's wrap it up. How do you get started? Step number 1, develop a SMART goal: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. Write that shit down and post it up somewhere that you'll see it every day. Step 2, make a plan to achieve said SMART goal. How many days a week can you commit to? What kind of exercises are you going to do? How are you going to track your progress? When are you going to track your progress? What meal program are you going to use in combination with your physical activity? Write your plan down too. Write it in pencil so you can adjust it if necessary, and post that somewhere where you have easy access to it. And one thing I didn't mention that's super important, have some kind of accountability system. It could just be telling a friend your SMART goal and having them keep tabs on you. Or you could set reminders in your phone. So if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you'll feel bad about yourself when you mark it as completed and you know that you're a liar. Or a friend. A friend probably works better. Maybe do that. And then just fucking do it, man. Just do it. Remember your why. Know that no goal is unattainable. And be your change. And that is it for today's very first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the flip side.